that yes, the Igbo people, obviously, I discussed this with someone yesterday evening, that the Nigerian government prefer to die than to allow Igbo man in. But if it's the will of God, Peter Obi will certainly become a president. We understand they don't want you guys to rule, but we should say things how it is. As long as Hope Uzodinma is the governor of this state, whoever that came from anywhere to set the state on fire or whatever that is going on, Hope Uzodinma's name should be carried along. That's what I'm saying. Mr. Alex, please talk to us.
Yes, Mr. Najarosh, thank you. It's very rare to see you on this program. I was shocked. I didn't even know you were the one from the beginning. Ms. Sima, thank you. First of all, for you, Mr. Collins, I used to agree with you a lot, but today, like the CEO already said, you cannot say that Igbo people are better than everybody in Nigeria. Capital redetermination on that one. That one is not acceptable. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. I have a school of thought that supports the agitation of the Biafran people because of the way they've been marginalized by the federal government from 1970 after the Civil War. There is an unwritten agreement within the Kaaba, buried somewhere in the federal capital territory, that no Igbo man must ever become a president. The highest I can give an Igbo man is a Senate president. I'm talking to you from the right source. So, and it has played out over the years. Since then, whenever we have a democracy, the highest they can give you is either a vice president or Senate president. Mr. Tunaja, I don't know why you hate Igbo people or IPOB or Nnamdi Kanu so much. I've seen it a lot of times. I've seen it for a month of Sundays or for donkey times. Whenever you have the slightest opportunity to address anything in the East, you just go on Nnamdi Kanu. You call him a criminal. You call him he did a lot. You join the federal government in their brainwashing game. In this same country, a former governor who stole hundreds of billions of naira that led to people's deaths, that led to poverty. The guy was released and set free. 80,000 killers, X-Men killers, were recently forgiven, pardoned. They are building houses for them to Nigeria. You will not address that. People that ought to be executed publicly, to serve as a deterrent. We live in a country where criminals walk free the streets. Then freedom fighters are always in prison. Let me remind you, Mr. Tunaja, Denmark broke up from Sweden, if you don't know. Catalonia is still asking to leave from Spain. Pakistan left from India, if you don't know. Asking for one nation is not a crime. I stand with the Biafran agitation 100%. I'm not an Igbo man. But I do not stand with violence. But the Nigerian federal government, like someone said just now, has capitalized on the problems, on the crisis in the nation, which they also brought about by injecting 6 million killers, X-Men killers, into the nation. How did it all start? Why did Nnamdi Kanu advocate for Eastern Security Network? Did he just say it? Did he say it last 10 years? Did he say it last 9 years or last 15 years? No, it was because the killings nationwide last 3-4 years. You know the truth. Mr. Who brought these killers?
Can you hear me, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I need to quickly let you guys know that I've relieved Iman, okay, so that we can have enough time to talk about this. Because I understand a lot of people want to talk on this, but maybe you might think that your time might be truncated. Don't worry, we are going to have enough time. Talk as you like. Let's talk this once and for all. So Ima is out now. I'm here taking over till we finish this broadcast. So back to you, Mr. Alice.
Yes, thank you very much. Who brought this whole confusion? We have a video going around that because they discovered precious stones allegedly in Stambisa forest, they now unleash terror on the nation while they are looting these things. And what they found is Zamfara. The gold in Zamfara belonged to the Northerners, but the oil in Delta State belonged to Nigeria. This is where the crisis came from. Have you been to some part of the East? There is no federal government presence. There's no, if not recently, last 2-3 years, with the likes of Wike and the Imo State governor, who are trying to do one or two things for their family, for their children, for their citizens in that state. People don't just wake up and take to arms. What leads to armed struggle? If we really want peace, we must sit down and negotiate and tell ourselves the truth. Is this how to be a federal government? A federal government that don't care about human beings, that just care about resources, 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 resources. People are hungry, people are starving, there's no good roads, there are no jobs, there's no government welfare, nothing. And you now unleash killers on them on top of that. Come on now. We are human beings. It's a natural law of survival. You must fight back. Did you not the Kanu tell those states to also organize vigilante? Did you not the Kanu tell those in the West to bring about Amotekun? Did you not the Kanu organize the killing at church in Ondo State? Did not the Kanu kidnap the train going from Abuja to Kaduna? What are we talking about? Is he also responsible for the killing of Deborah? If you want to be honest, Mr. Tunaja, to yourself, remove hatred that you have against Nnamdi Kanu. And I know you hate that guy with all passion, with impunity. You don't care. You don't believe everything the government say, hook, line, and sinker. And I respect you a lot, but I'm surprised you are always on this pole. You have your mind. You are a human being. You should think. Do your research. I cannot be brainwashed. I'm a social scientist. I mean, I do my research. The federal government have left nothing to be desired with the way they treat those in the East. We say Nigeria is called Wazobia. Even if we shouldn't judge a nation by tribe or by whatever, but Igbos have not had a seat at the federal government. So why are they being denied? Are they less Nigerians? These are questions you must ask. Why did you unleash 6 million herders? Handmen with AK-47. AK-47 is not a poor man business. These are politicians' sponsored activities against the nation. This is Buhari's way of ruling Nigeria. You will never condemn it. You will never condemn the killing of Deborah. You will never condemn the way they are stealing our money, the way they are, raping our women in the farmlands, killing people, taking over their farmlands. You will never condemn that. A man asking for determination of his own people has become a victim. It's normal. Jesus was killed. So whether they like it or not, Nigerians know the truth. I'm happy for Mr. Peter Obi, Uzodinma, and some few governors like what's it called, Okorocha. They are the ones betraying themselves. They are betraying the Igbo. This is my problem with the Igbo tribe too. They are not united. You know me, I say it how it is. They are not united at all. They cannot stand in one rope. There are always saboteurs among them, which is not so common among,
Mr. Alex, for you, the last word, because I'll be interjecting so that I won't forget. The word unity that you just talk about is the biggest problem within the Easterners, the Igbo people, to be precise. Because for me, I don't go to anybody's platform, but I crawl on social media because I'm a very, very good researcher. I move around and I have my team as well. I see articles, I see videos, I see so many things. But what baffles me a lot is that more of these social media platforms, I see some Igbo people there rejecting Peter Obi. I will say, wow, what is happening here? Because when I talk about this, people will say, no, Peter Obi is not coming to become a Igbo president. He's coming to become a Nigeria president. That's fact. That's true. But Peter Obi doesn't have anything to hold against this man. So why is it that you see an Igbo man coming on YouTube be fighting against Peter Obi? That's where the unison came on.
Can I answer that, Mr. Nejawash? Tinubu and Atiku, they are very good craftsmen. They are very good craftsmen. People gave money to Jesus, to Judas, to betray Jesus with a kiss. They penetrate people. Monies have gone round. And an average Igbo man, I'm sorry to say this, is just the naked truth. Cannot resist certain amount of money. People have their prices, not me. So Igbo people, for me, not all, many of them can stand Averagely, if you count 100 people, like 40 can betray you when it comes to money and power. I will make you Igwe, I will make you governor, I'll make you senator, I'll give you the oil contract. Betray your brother. Your name is Chibuzo. Betray Nnamdi Kanu. Say he's a criminal. That is what they are doing from Abuja. They plug pipelines into the east and some
governors. You mentioned my name. I wasn't there.
I'm sorry. I was just talking.
Angry with you. I'm angry with you. I will be back for you. Thank you.
Okay, it could have been Najawa's name if he was Igbo. I was just talking. So it's just a common analysis. We know the truth. Nnamdi Kanu did nothing. He only asked people to defend themselves. Maybe he went about it in the wrong way, but the Igbos should come together. You'll be fighting for your own nation. I respect that right. I respect the right. I'm a social science student, so I understand. People have rights. In fact, Nigeria is an expired medicine. Since 1914, according to international charter, once a nation has lived together for 100 years, that's 2014. They can renegotiate their staying together. This is how Denmark and Sweden splitted, and they are still friends. This is how Pakistan left from India, and they are still friends. South Sudan may be having crisis. They are fighting, but they've left themselves, Sudan and South Sudan. So Biafrans are not the first to say they want to leave. I even thank their boldness. I love to teach on that subject matter. But my problem with the Igbos is the unity. Is the greediness, is the sabotage, is the betrayer. A time will come, you will find out that the few people who led the Fulani government to arrest Nnamdi Kanu are from the Igbo tribe. I've got it, but I would say allegedly, because we cannot prove it now. We have those materials. Let me round up with this. Gentlemen and ladies, Peter Obi is our watchword for now. Let's not fight ourselves. Thank God we are straightening our things. Mr. Tunaja, no need for the hate. The world knows the truth. Everybody knows the truth. People have been killing people. How many of the killers have been brought to book? Evans, the kidnapper, was quickly arrested, tried, and sentenced. How many of the Boko Haram, even the Boko Haram killers, the bombers, the rapists, massacre people, Lekki Toget killers, they are all giving houses. They are all giving pardon. They are all moving around the country freely. So who is not fooling who? Where are the kidnappers of the Abuja Kaduna train? But you can go to Kenya to go and kidnap somebody. So the federal government is the killer. The federal government is the kidnapper. They are the rapists. It's their way. I mean, I will call the names. President Buhari, Osinbajo, the ministers, the senators, they are the ones killing Nigerians, raping Nigerians. They are the ones raping Nigerians. How can strangers come from Niger Republic or from Cotonou to come and kidnap a whole railway line? Come on, railway line, a whole line. Come on now, guys. In a nation, in a sovereign nation, around the capital city, not far from there in the north. And we have fighter jets, we have intelligence group, we have DSS, we have SSS, we have whatever. We have the largest infantry in the whole of Africa, arguably. And for months, ransom were being paid. And the federal government said they don't know about it, that they are investigating. Federal security maximum prison was broken, was bombarded. They close to the president's office. Till today, we don't know those that did it. No, we don't know. But your first lady can go and arrest a little boy who tweeted something online. You see the rascality, the power drunkenness. So your federal government should be getting all the backlash, Mr. Tunaja, not Nnamdi Kanu. So thank you.
Thank you, Alice. I just put this picture on the screen right now. These are the people we should look out for. You know, you see that evil smile from Hope Uzodinma. Our principal must be careful with people like this. I understand it's coming to become a president of everyone. Trust me, I want God to protect this man for us. Because this is, apart from God, this is my only hope right now. To be honest, as a Nigerian, is my only hope because I don't have any other hope. Apart from God is the only hope right now. If we miss this, this is not a joke. Every one of us will suffer for the next 8 years, if not the next 16 years. To see an Igbo man will join any kind of broadcast, scandalizing, destroying Peter Obi. I don't know what you want then. Like my brother Alex just said, 40%. I think you might be wrong with that statistic, maybe more. Of an Igbo man will take money to betray his own brother. This is wrong. You want Biafra. All these years, Biafra war have been going on, directly or indirectly. You never forget them. Now, this is the quickest, for the first time in decades or forever, Igbo man is about to become a president. Then you see a broadcast where an Igbo man is destroying Peter Obi. Sometimes I will be shocked. Say, God, I'm an Edo man. I'm doing this job for this man to become a president. Nobody's paying me for this. I've never talked with Peter Obi one day. Maybe some of you think, oh, Peter Obi paid these people. They come at every nobody. Because when I see what is good, I'll recognize it. Hope Uzodinma and the satanic leaders that have been ruling us, still ruling us, they are part of the problems that we all are facing today. We should say it how it is. We shouldn't be sentimental when we are giving our deliveries. Say it how it is. I understand. That's why you see that statement I put there. Don't tell me what I know. This government have vowed for Igbo man never to become a president in Nigeria. We are about to break the yoke. The yoke must be broken with unison. But without the unity, how do you want us to break it? That means that statement that I have rejected, I've rebuked, I've forbidden. If we don't have the spirit of unison, that statement will continue to exist. This is the time to break that statement. Igbo man cannot become a president. Let's break it together. Let's move on to the next person. I guess the next person is Shibuzo Adi. Mr. Shibuzo, can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, how are you, man? I can. Yeah, I just good morning, Mr. Niger Watch. Good day, everybody listening. Every panelist in the comments below. I just want to just interrupt a little bit on what the last speaker said. You know, one thing I want to correct him a little bit is just because the Igbos, there is, and Mr. Niger Watch, I want to put it to you also, do some certain research and go further about this very comment, because a lot of us have been naive, lack of understanding. We don't even know exactly what the Nigerian Constitution said about the Southeast after beginning of the Civil War and after the Civil War. So a lot of us does not know exactly what happened during that moment. Even during the time the Biafran surrendered to Nigeria, there was an agreement, and those agreement was packaged, and within that very agreement that was stated, nobody knows what those agreements contained. And because of that, a lot of us have been jumping up and down, not knowing exactly what that agreement said. Just like the last speaker said, there was a section in that constitution said that no Igbo man should rise to power. It's written in the Constitution of Nigeria, and our representatives, they are not aware of all these things, and they are not advocating for it. They are not trying to dissemble it. What they are going there is just to go for OES members for the sake of money and their own pocket. So this is where a lot of us does not understand the system of this so-called Nigeria. When Philip Effiam surrendered to Obasanjo and Gowon, there is a particular grammar he used there. He said, Biafra is here to freeze to exist. And that freezing to exist, meaning that as time goes on, if things did not go well, that freezing can defroze. And when it defroze, we have to go back in time. So there is a lot of things that Igbo people does not know about Nigerian Constitution. No Igbo man should rise to power. And that is why you see most of them are very confident that P2B will not win. And that is not the case. That constitution need to rewrite, need to expose, need to review. Because now every Nigeria are not looking into that constitution. What they are looking is who's going to take them to the promised land they hope for. Even though they didn't get there, but at least to the middle of the road, another person can drive the distance. So we are a little bit naive on those kind of story. Igbo people are clamoring for what they call it.
Mr.
Chibuzo, how real is that, by the way? Because I think if that is the case, it would have been brought to the public knowledge a long time ago.
I don't think it's in the constitution. It's an unwritten cabal postulation. It's an agreement. Yes, it's right.
Okay. Let me just clear you right now. There is a particular section in Constitution that said that all the whole section of the country should be developed, apart from a certain section of that country. It's written in the Constitution. We would like to see that. And that is what, that is why I don't believe on assumption. Mr. Niger Watch. That's why I said I put it to you to do that research.
Yeah, but that means you said there's part of the session.
It's you that will do that research. It's you.
Exactly. You want me to go read the whole book?
Yes. Because I had it from Shehu. Shehu was interviewing a particular politician, and that session was mentioned. So, but that is what I'm trying to let you know. If you want to understand what I'm saying, go back to the surrendering. During the time Biafra surrendered to the Nigerians, there is a clause. Is there anybody that told you about that clause?
Why Nigeria to be changed, right?
No, definitely. If Peter go there, all those things will be rewritten. Okay, everything will be changed. That one, I guarantee you for that. No. He will do that because those are the things that is setting us back, and that is why you see Tinubu today. He's pumpering about and saying, "No, I develop Lagos. I do this," because most of the federal contract goes to Lagos. Every federal contract, they will grab it and go to Lagos. Every federal contract, they will grab it and go to Lagos. When you mention about Southeast, they will decline. And that is why Amechi was telling you in a particular interview, he said that they hate you, they hate me. Why did he say so? He is the Minister of Transportation. They give him money to build railway, and they section him and tell him, don't build any railway that can connect to Southeast. So that is why what's the name? Amechi was saying that, and that man was asking him, if it's so, Southeast and the North Central, are they not Nigeria? He couldn't answer that question, and nobody could have want to answer that question. There is a clause. A lot of us does not know about this very Nigeria, that we are calling one Nigeria.
Until we can find that and read it out here.
No, that is true. Yeah, if you do more research, that will give you more clue and more idea on what I'm just saying.
That before I will do research.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, if you want to know more about it, go for that Biafran and Nigerian surrender to Biafra. Don't forget that in a war, before any particular section surrender, there will be a clause, isn't it? There will be a clause that will make both of them agree. Isn't it?
We shouldn't emphasize on something that is only based
on
assumption right now.
No, it's not an assumption. I read it. It's in internet.
But at this particular moment, we don't have the fact, do we?
Okay, fine. But I just give you the highlight. Anybody can do research and know what I'm talking about. So, and that is why this thing is playing on the Southeast. Whenever Southeast want to rise to power, they try to bring them down. Whenever they want to rise to power, they bring them down. But all this position now is going to change because Nigerians have wisen up. Both those people who were supporting the old guard and those people who were not supporting, they have ganged up and understand that, no, this is not the kind of Nigeria that we need. We need a prosperous Nigeria. We don't need all these backward people who does not think from their brain. They think from their behind, and they don't want to move this country forward because of their selfish interest. And that is why you see Nigeria are playing the way it's playing today. Everybody who benefits from the current government, they are supporting the current government because that is what they want. They don't want other people to, benefit from the whole section of the country so that this country can move forward. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I would like us to move on to the next person right now, which Mr. Pansad, I would have loved you to talk to us, but where you are, I'm not sure the noise will allow that, except maybe you are already in a noiseless environment now.
Yeah, I'm home now.
Okay, wonderful. Talk to us, sir. Good morning to you.
All right, thank you very much. I would there's an article I'm gonna post on the private chat that I would like you to read from later on, or the conclusion of my remarks. I'll post the link now here for you. Okay. But I do disagree with the last speaker. Even though what he's alluding to is an unwritten rule, there's nothing like that in our constitution. That would have been a travesty, even though the spirit is there in one way or the other. But let me begin by saying hello to everybody here on the panel, and Mr. Niger Watch Elvis. You are the kind of person that I respect. I'm very picky. I probably haven't uttered those words in many years. You're fair. You truly want Nigeria to do very well. And first of all, you're just a guy who believes in what is true, what is false. And you want the best, period, based on that. So let me say to everybody who's listening to us, ever since Igbo people have been cohabiting and doing their business with other Nigerians, wherever any Nigerian is, they've been doing so peacefully and developing those areas they find themselves in: commerce, industry, and infrastructure. Ndị Igbo do not have the born to rule mentality or that kind of syndrome. Ndị Igbo are not known to import their foreign kith and kin to invade indigenous ancestral domains of Nigerians, to dispossess, maim, rape, and kill the real citizens of those crevices of our country. Ndị Igbo have never trespassed on other people's ancestral territories. Never. Igbo people have never invaded other people's farmland in their ancestral lands with their cows and their animals. Igbo didn't create Boko Haram and bandit terrorists currently plaguing Nigeria. These terrorists are not from the Igbo people. Igbo people have never usurped power to govern by force of arms anywhere. Igbo people did not create the present states that we have in Nigeria, where people are separated from their kith and kin, creating minorities in many enclaves. Igbo people are not responsible for marginalization of others, exclusion of sections of the country from governance or key positions, like those who cry about that in the north, Christians. Igbo people did not formulate the quota system that cheats many other tribes. Igbo people have never forced or forced other people to have religious beliefs that are alien to their own people. Igbo people are not known for expansionist agenda. Igbos are Republican, nationalistic, pan-Nigerian, pan-African, unlike probably most other tribes in Nigeria. Igbo people are not against restructuring of Nigeria to what was originally envisioned by our founding fathers. The list goes on and on. Igbo people take Ghana as their brothers, South Africans. If Nelson Mandela is hurting today, we're hurting. We'll sing songs. I will want him out. Igbo people are not the problem of Nigeria. They are very, very pro-African. How many people can say that? So, first of all, let me say to those who, there are a lot of minorities in Nigeria. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of minorities, and they all want to compete with the Igbo people. Now, this is not a good conversation to have at Niger Watch, which is a lone platform for us to pick a good person to rule the country with the backing of the youth, progressive Nigerians, educated Nigerians, so we could come up and really rise up to where we belong. It's not a place for this, but if you're going to have this conversation about Igbo, people talking nonsense all the time, you're going to have to be ready for some uncomfortable truths. Are you ready? Do you know how many Igbos there are? You're always running your mouth about Igbo this, Igbo this. Igbo people are Africans, Republican. Most of them are traders. They don't care about government or whatever the government is doing. They're doing their trade and trying to improve wherever they live, save money, send their kids to school. They're like you, 90%. Are there saints? No. There are some of us, such as myself, who believe that we need to deal with our enemies. Our enemies are not Africans. They're not Nigerians. We need to belong at the top with Britain, with the United States, and compete and defeat them and beat them in whatever they're doing. Our people deserve the best. We're just as good as them or better. Our problem is not the Fulani. Without Britain, the Fulani, they make nothing. They have no patents. They have won no Nobel laureates. I said, no, they're stupid. Because if they were Africans, they would be like, hey, how do we get better? Why should Igbo man be the Fulani's problem? When I was growing up, we loved the Fulanis, the beautiful people. They were basically begging, even though we've just finished the war. We don't look at them as other. We're all Africans. Look at our people in the Congo, in the South Africa, everywhere. We're victims. So why should the Igbo man be your problem? Yeah, it's like somebody here. I heard Elvis for the first time say something I disagree with him on. If you see Okorocha or Ojus Okalo or some others, I can't name them all. Are those Igbo men? No, those are Nigerian elite idiots taking advantage of everybody.
What about Hope Uzodinma, sir?
Pardon?
Hope Uzodinma.
Yes, Hope Uzodinma.
He's an Igbo man?
He's not an Igbo man. He's a sellout. He's a self-interested individual who was put in there by the Supreme. Hope Uzodinma can never win an election in even Imo State, which is a state that's lost its way for one thing, but he could still not win the election over there. He came fourth, not first, not second, not third, fourth. But these people know what they're doing. Well, first of all, Mr. Niger Watch, you were there when Mr. Onagen was removed illegally by Buhari, right? Didn't go to the Senate that is you're supposed to have not just a majority in the Senate, but a super majority under the House before you can remove a Chief Justice. But this Buhari just removed him from office. So the courts are useless. None of the institutions are working. Hope Uzodinma cannot walk the streets of Imo State. He's not an Igbo man. For Mr. Niger Watch, let me tell you something. When somebody tells the truth here, they're going to come off as trying to boast or you're Igbo. That's why he's saying that. But think about it. The politics of the Igbo man since 1960. You have to understand that the Igbo man brought independence to Nigeria. Sure, with the help of others, but the Igbos brought independence, removed the Britain from. This is where the Hausas were protesting that they're not ready. Nnamdi Azikiwe, with the help of others, brought independence to our country. But since then, during the war, everything we're crying about now, whether you're in the Benue State, first of all, Nigerians have no shame. You're wrong. You trusted the Muslims of the North to be your people, and you fought against your people, Igbos, for a 3-year brutal war. Why were they fighting? Because a few soldiers, Nigerian soldiers, went and committed atrocities, killed some people in the north, some people in Yoruba, some people in the south. These soldiers did something wrong. But that's not the Igbo civilians in the north, in the south, in the west doing business. These people have nothing to do with these military officers. But there was a genocide as a reprisal against them, and a lot of our people were killed. It's just like if soldiers right now go and do a lot of things, which they do. The one that I've been, the cause I've been really concerned about is with Shia of Zaria, where the Nigerian soldiers, when they massacred over 1,000 people. Do I like the Shias? No, I don't. But should somebody go there and massacre them? No. Especially get away with it. No, they will never get away with it as far as I'm alive. You kill 1,000 people. So now, should we just condemn everybody from Kaduna or from the north in general, because soldiers who are mostly Muslims and mostly Northerners? That's the exact same thing, or even worse. So you're disrespecting Igbos, talking nonsense everywhere. Africans have no shame. You cannot write off Igbos in Nigeria. That's a huge problem. I'm telling you something. Let me tell you something that's going to shock you. There are probably more Igbos than all other Nigerians combined. Get that through your head today. So there are a lot of Igbos. You don't think Fulanese or Hausas are going to do a census and report the correct number of Igbos. No, it's like doing a platform. You do a platform and you exclude Igbos and see what happens. So observationally, how many Hausas do you see in a restaurant? How many Fulanis do you see in a restaurant? Anywhere in the world. On a platform. Come on. So, but that's not what I'm about to talk about. What I'm trying to say to you is that we have enemies. I see two Nigeria all the time talking about Africans. You want to be Pan-African. I'm a Pan-African. How are we going to be Pan-African unless we do exactly what Nigeria Watch is doing here, which is the truth, scientific truth, and going beyond that and go to what is good and what is evil. You condemn what is evil. You support what is good. True and false. You support what is true and condemn what is false. That is the only way to do it. Right and wrong. If you come out here and you look, I posted an article for you. Now, the reason why I posted an article, I really want you to read a little bit of it. If you can, Elvis, because this article was written by Mr. Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. He used to be a mayor of Kano. Now, a mayor, Sanusi, was a very smart guy. He was like a spy in Lagos for a very long time. Very smart. He did something. He wrote an article that is so sensible and appropriate, but he didn't know he's going to be what he is today when he wrote that article, because he's like the brain of the North. So in that article, he was elucidating that the Yorubas are the problem of Nigeria, because he was based there. He studied Igbos, he studied every ethnic group in Nigeria. And in that article, he talks about the war, what the Yorubas are doing after the war. Okay? And that's what we're suffering today. Now, when you tell the truth, you're going to look like you're bashing your ethnic. You're talking about the Yorubas. But the Yorubas are the problem. Do the Northerners like them? No. The Northerners don't like them. And Sanusi tells you right there why. I want you to read. Most people have read this article. It's known all over. So I am recommending that this article should be treated so you could see, because this article was written in the 90s and it's telling you what's happening today.
Yeah, it was written 1995, but the truth of the matter is that the article is right here with me. I'm going through it right now. At the same time, I'm also going through the Nigerian Constitution 1999. But that article which you shared, sir, that particular article is from a blog. You see, we have a blog as well, but a blog cannot be rated as classified platform because it's owned by individualisms. If, for example, it was this article was coming from a mainstream media, although I know a mainstream media cannot present everything because they are biased, but this is just from a single person. I read everything here, and the person was just although tagged Sanusi and all that, but how can we take this article to be classified? That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, it's on every major publication. I just posted. I posted another
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, that's good. If you can forward any link from a major publication, sir, because this one now I don't want to mention the name of the blog because I don't want to promote.
No, it's okay.
Here. It's just a blog, so which a blog can be opened by anybody and written by anybody. So.
No, you can also Google it. It's on all.
Although everything here makes a lot of sense to me, but I just wish it's from a classified information.
No, I understand.
Platform.
Okay, we'll deal with it. As a matter of fact, I welcome for it to be publicized that we're going to deal with this article. And
wonderful.
Then
yes, that would be good.
Invite everybody to come and let's talk about it from Yoruba, from Igbos, because Sanusi Lamido really did something very interesting in that article because it is prophetic. It's way back in the 90s. I posted another one from Netherlands, another link. But if you Google it, you're going to find 1,000 links to even major mainstream media. Because
can I add something to that?
Yeah.
I think get much weight to people's opinions. You have to follow what people actually did. And in reality, we are all culprits in this mess. And it's not one group. Every group has their questions to answer. So nobody is exonerating any group here. The Yorubas have their role to play. The Hausas have their role to play. The Northerners have their role to play. The Southeasterners have their role to play. The South have their role to play. So the mess is ours to bear. But when I call things out, I'm calling it out for what it is. I don't care where the person is from. Because this is about the country that we are in, and is the club we all belong to. If we willfully try to blind ourselves to the truth, my God help us. How can you pretend?
But why do you select crimes that you call out? Why not call out the killings?
I call all of them out. I call all of them
no,
out.
You don't. I've never seen you mention Deborah here, my brother. I've never seen this.
That's false. For a
I
fact,
do that all the
time. You select things. I mean, for like 24 months now, I've been very, very, very. I've been watching you closely, my dear brother. You select crimes.
You're just saying.
I'm not. I'm just being realistic. You are very biased, and you know it. You hate African, and you hate those in the East. Say it. Don't be afraid, be a man.
No. Don't use that word, brother. Don't use that word.
Don't.
Unless, Mr. Nightwatch, you get the way where unless they talk sometimes. I know they like her. Don't incite people against people, brother. Stop doing that.
I'm not doing that. I'm saying the truth. Okay, I refrain my word on that. But you know I'm saying the truth about that guy.
You always say that they hate some part of people.
You cannot accuse.
Don't incite people against people, brother. Stop that.
I'm not doing that, my brother. Is the truth hurting you? The truth is burning you, right? It's burning you too. Put yourself in the fire.
Okay, hold on.
Tunde is very biased. He's very biased. Once a year, the candle he goes haywire. He goes ballistic. He will not look at the wickedness that the others are doing.
That's not his opinion, right?
Yes, but what about the other crime? What about the other crime? Is that not my opinion? The killings by the Northerners. Is that not my opinion? The killing of church members in the West. Is that not my opinion? The kidnapping of the train. Is that not my opinion?
Bro, it's not even your time. You are interjecting people.
All right.
You too, brother. You too.
You are interjecting people. Stay.
Okay.
Wait, let it your time before you interject.
Brother Nice, please mute yourself. My brother Alex, please mute yourself. And to Niger, please. I'm not sure if that was your turn because you wanted to quickly add something and you started talking and talking and talking. Please hold on to Nigeria. I'll come back to you. Let me go to Pharaoh the Great. Pharaoh the Great, please talk to us. Good evening. Good morning to you from here.
Thank you, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Talk to us.
Yeah, from beginning, Hope Uzodinma is a killer. He's a criminal.
Oh,
he's a killer.
Okay.
And he's a banditry.
Where are you joining us from, sir? Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Quito. I'm coming back to Nigeria next week.
Okay. Sorry, where are you from in Nigeria? Sorry to ask that.
I'm from Anambra State. I'm from Anambra.
From Anambra State. Okay, go ahead. Talk to us.
Even my past governor, Obi Anos, I phone Anambra State money. He's both of us from the same Anambra. He's a criminal too. Obi Anos, he build warehouse for Anambra people, say he build airports. So, number one thing, Hope is a criminal. Hope is a killer. I will say it. Because any person that's killing his people, in terms of using tongue, and he's so open it. If Nigeria is very intelligent to investigate Hope and they are making head the other, these two people, they are not caring what's happening in Imo State. Because they have turned Oru zone as a war zone, as a killer zone, as a war field, like between America and Japan in 1945. So there's no thing to hide the truth. I don't support Hope. He's an evil man. That's number one thing. Because if the truth and sincerity that Hope loved Imo State, he loved his people, as a son of the soil, Hope is supposed to resign. What's happening in Imo State? But because of this, you see, because of this black mind, I keep on saying it. We the black people, naturally, we are wicked human beings. Naturally, black people are wicked. Check every part of the world. Check every part of the world. Black people are wicked. I have studied all the Nigerian leaders, studied all the German leaders, studied all the Western leaders. Even if anything happens, if the unrest is too much, the government or the president will resign. But in terms of African leaders, it's different, especially Nigerian. Tell me any such thing can happen, the governor will stay in the office. And the House of the Imo State House of Assembly are watching this man. What is the purpose of this House of Assembly? Why can't they pitch this man out? See, I want to tell Nigerians, let us not hide away from the truth. There's no how outsider we invaded your land without your community people involved. Let me tell you, for instance, in my community, Omambara, which is Anam, I'm from Anam in Anambra State. When these people fully invaded our community and we rose up, so this does not happen, does not exist. And when we rose up against these Fulani people, because when you enter Anam community, to escape is very hard for you. There's federal road, they go and moving. We are waterway, we are riverine people in Anambra. We are riverine people. When they cross that Omambara bridge, we get us. So, when we task these people, and they tell us these people, they are kinsmen. Our kinsmen collected money from their Raji to grace. So, some of us that crying here from me invaded your camp, you invaded your town. Ask your kinsmen question. Some of them are behind what is happening in your community. Every South and Southeast state, ask your community question. Your secretary, your PG, your king questions. They are involved. Because they are collecting money from these people. I remember when I was in Bayelsa State at the Babiri local government. When the Fulani come to that community, the first one, they invaded the community, they destroyed farmland. For the second one, the community resist these people. How do they resist these people? They refuse their money. Because Fulani come with a big bag, and our people love big bag. And the agreement that reaching there is what? Go to the bush and graze, and the Fulani doesn't get, some of these Fulani boys doesn't get sense. Go to bush and graze, they will destroy the farm, graze both the yam, the cassava, the potato, the pepper, everything destroy. Then the farmers will react. So some of us are crying. Oh, God, investigate your community people, investigate your kinsmen, investigate them very well. Stop crying. When you investigate them very well, you know what is happening in your community. So that's where I will drop this climate case. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, you see this, we black people, we African leaders, we are wicked.
All right.
We are naturally wicked. I have seen it. I have studied it. I have looked at it.
Pharaoh. Thank you so much,
See?
Pharaoh. You know, let me quickly move on. I guess you're done, right? Pharaoh, you're done now, right? Okay. I guess Pharaoh is done. 1 minute, my people.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right. Somebody who stated earlier on that I can't remember. I think that was Mr. Shibuzo Adi, you know, if I'm correct, who said the Igbo man, whatever, he can't become a president and all that. We are here. 1999 Constitution is right here on your screen. You know, many of us are educated. We are good researcher. We can go anywhere as long as we have the heading and quickly bring it to your screen to let you know the fact of what is going on constitutionally. You know, assumptions are different from facts. You know, constitution is constitution. You know, as long as it's constitution, you cannot deprive anyone out of it. You can see right there is on the screen. I'm just going to quickly read some parts. Chapter, you can see the chapter there. The executive, you know, part 1, federal executive, the president of the federation. What you need to become a president in Nigeria, which we all are fighting for right now for Mr. Peter Obi, there shall be for the federation a president. The president shall be the head of state, the chief executive of the federation, and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the federation. A person shall be qualified. Now, this area now I need to. A person shall be qualified for election to office of the president if A, this one is section 131A. A, he is a citizen of Nigeria by birth, right? Mr. Peter Obi is a citizen of Nigeria to the best of my knowledge. He passed that part. B, he has attained the age of 40 years. Mr. Peter Obi is above 40 years. He passed that. C, he is a member of a political party and is sponsored by that political party. And, okay, Mr. Peter Obi is a member of a political party which we all know as LP, Labour Party, right? D, he has been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. Mr. Peter Obi is above all this, right? 32, you know, an election to office of president shall be held on a date to be appointed by the Independent National Electoral Commission. 2, an election to the said office shall be held on a date not earlier than 60 days and not later than 30 days before the expiration of the term of office of the last holder of that office. What we are looking for here is who, if ethnicity or whatever, is not here, because I've scanned through before even bringing it here. I can't read everything, but I cannot see anywhere they put Igbo man cannot be a president. It's
no,
just
Mr. Niger Watch.
Okay.
There is no reason to. I'm happy you're doing this, but there is no need for that. There is nothing like that in a constitution.
No, somebody asked me, sir, to go do my research, and I'm already doing my work.
I appreciate that.
Mr. Niger Watch.
Yes.
Mr. Niger Watch. Sorry to interfere. What I'm trying to tell you is these are those professionalism we're talking about. Written professional. Written professional. But now there is a doing professional. Kwankwaso have said it. You see when Kwankwaso mentioned it that Igbo man are not good in presidency.
Yes, I know. That's just an
because
constitutionally. Peter Obi, remember Peter Obi before he became the governor of Anambra State? He was denied. He took them to court and he won. He became the governor. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, that is true. Because
so
that
he
is in Anambra State. It's a normal thing.
We are, some of us are disregarding now. If you know you're right, you might be denied, but take them to court. For me, if Peter Obi win this presidency by God's grace, which I know is certainly going to win, if they deny him, Peter Obi will take them to court.
Yeah, no, Mr. Nigerian, what I'm trying to say is that was the old guard illustration. This is an old guard mind. This was what happened in the late 60s and the early 70s.
But this one is 1999 constitution.
Right, that is why
whatever that happened before.
You asked me a question here. I said that if Obi managed to enter power, all those accessories need to disassembled. They have to dismantle them. There's a lot of things in that constitution.
Sir, hold on. Sir, hold on, please. Mr. Niger Watch is right. He's actually gone the extra mile to pull the constitution. I understand what you're saying. There are a lot of ignorant. I mean, Mr. Popcorn, so that's his opinion. That doesn't mean anything. Right?
Exactly.
Nigeria is progress.
They can
so
say
let me land because I have a lot of things I said that I want to land. I'll take like 2 minutes to land. This one right here.
You get to say quite a lot, actually. Nobody, I didn't even.
I did one Niger, two Niger. I'm sorry. Let me land, and then I'll hand it over to Elvis and him.
Sir, before you land,
yes, sir.
Because I need to take this constitution off screen. Do we all agree now that there is nowhere written on this constitution that Igbo man cannot become a president?
Yes. Najawash, can I reply on that?
Before you even brought the constitution.
No, please. No. Hold on. Mr. Pansad is talking. Alex, please don't lose what you wanted to say. Bullet point it down. Mr. Pansad, please go ahead. 2 minutes. I'm taking this off since we all have agreed. That
no, I'm going to reply you on that.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. Reply me on that, Alex.
By the grace of God, I read politics proper for 4 years, and I'm doing my master's now. My professors along the line have all told me the same thing, that there is an unwritten agreement bottled up and buried in the presidential villa, that the Easterner can never be a president. It's an unwritten. With the body language of the politics over the years, you can see it, but it can be broken now.
Exactly.
Obi is breaking it now. That's the point.
Written is not part of this constitution. I believe so much my principal will break the yoke.
Yes, I believe that too. I believe so
much in him. We shouldn't waste our time on those unwritten, invisible, whatever. This one might be my concern. Nigeria constitution is right here on the screen. Everybody have it. I read it all the time. I know what I'm saying. Peter Obi, if he wins and they deny him, he will take them to court. That's it. Go ahead, Mr. Pansa. 2 minutes, please.
Excuse me, Mr. Najawash, please. Is this Nigeria constitution or 1999 constitution? Because you people say 1999 constitutions. Was Nigeria formed in 1999?
No, amended. This one is amended, sir. It's amended. So that's why.
This is the ongoing constitution right here.
Ongoing, amended. 1999 constitution amended. So we have to, this is what is taking Nigeria to where we don't know now.
Right. This is one everybody's running for office based on this constitution. We're Nigerians based on this constitution. As shambolic as
2 minutes, sir. Your 2 minutes start now.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Niger Watch, is a very good thing that you brought this here to dispel. As far as a written constitution is concerned, there's nothing like that on the constitution. But also, the gentleman has got a point. There is some vestiges of, what he's saying is in the psyche of so many people. But anyway, to conclude what I was saying, there has never been, in fact, there is no known particular dispute between Igbo and the Fulanis as a tribe that warrants us to be bantering back and forth between the two ethnic groups, right? Igbos and Fulanis alone does not constitute the present day Nigeria as we have it today. So it's not about Igbos and the Fulanis, because why don't we look at what is it? I mean, if you go to Benue Plateau, you talk to Governor Autumn, he's going to tell you the Fulanis are his problem. If you go to Oduduwa Republic and you look at Igbo, he's going to tell you the Fulanis are his problem. It's not the Igbos. Have nothing to do with us. So, and other areas, forget about looking at the northern Muslim as a whole, with the Boko Haram, the people in the eastern part of northern Nigeria, northeast. So it's kind of in vogue to be talking about Igbos all the time. Prior to independence of Nigeria, the Igbos were pan-Nigerian, pan-African, nationalistic, cosmopolitan, and republican in nature. They are gracious, kind, magnanimous, encouraging, and support the right of all Nigerians to be one. The great Zik is known as the Zik of Africa. It's not Zik of Igbo or Zik of even Nigeria. There's no other national leader that has such an icon. So I want us, especially in light of what we're doing here, let me tell you something. The Edos, what you're doing here, you don't know how big it is. Because even though Nigeria is Hausa, Fulani, Igbos, the minorities have played a role in having these three major tribes fight for the soul of the country. And historically, traditionally, these minorities have been jealous of the Igbos and have either supported the Yorubas or they supported the North. Because I don't know what it is. You could say they're jealous or they're afraid of the Igbos. I don't know what it is. But for the first time, the Edos did something that they still don't even know the magnanimity of what they did. Because it's just kind of laid bare so many people who used to rely on those kind of things. By the Edo standing on their own and say, you know what, we're going to do the right thing here. We want this stopped. This country is not just the Igbos and the Yorubas and the Hausas. Your position is that's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here otherwise or any forum talking. But because I have 2 minutes, let me just conclude by saying something I want to say to the Igbos themselves, our people. And I hope somebody like Simon Ekpai listening to me, because he called in on a program and I got on that program to make sure he's not disrespected, right? And I supported him. I said, hey, look, you haven't said anything wrong here. You are fighting for your right to lead your people.
Okay. Mr. Pansat.
Yeah. I'm concluding by saying, if we're going to emancipate ourselves, we're gonna need overwhelming force. That's what I'm gonna support. If there's a chance that Nigeria is going to get it right, that's what I'm gonna support. After that, I'm giving our country 1 year, 2023. If they are bent on killing our people, continue killing our people, or disrespecting us even, just that, we are going to need overwhelming force. We don't, Simon, but you don't have overwhelming force. We're going to need overwhelming force and we're going to defeat them. So that's the point. That's it. Mr. Niger Watch, I am pledging to you today. You have my 100% effort in trying to get our country right. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Nigeria is not enough. We need the entire Africa or West Africa to progress. So our people don't starve. So if that's not going to happen, we're going to come with overwhelming force and we can do it. We're going to defeat everybody who wants to relegate the Igbos, because we are a big big tribe. Get that through your head today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pansat. To be honest, nothing is working in Nigeria. We all are fighting same cause here. Nothing is working. It doesn't matter if you are Igbo, Yoruba, Edo, Bini, Hausa, whatever. Nothing is working. We all are divided. Few people are enjoying the resources of Nigeria, while many multitudes are suffering. So that's why we are doing what we are doing today, so that we can have that love for ourselves. We don't really love ourselves like that. It's just few of us that care for ourselves. Peter Obi or never. Yes, Peter Obi or never. You people, it go surprise you now. Many eyes go clear. By February, say they rob Peter Obi. You will see what Nigerians will do. Is Peter Obi or never? Thank you very much. Everybody have contributed. I'm going to go around again. I'm going to go around again for a 2 minutes round, starting with Brother Nice. Brother Nice, then go to Niger. Brother Nice, please use your 2 minutes now.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Mr. Niger Wash. Yeah, we have a lot of discussion today, and yeah, it was great. And thank you for intervene to this broadcast and make it the way it is. I want to use this opportunity to speak to Brother Alex. Brother Alex, I would like you to understand that this place, we came here to fight for the same cause. Nobody is hating on any other tribe in this place. So all those your statement that you always try to incite people against people, you have to try to avoid it. You understand? Don't call people out and say this tribe, this man hates. Why did you hate this tribe so much? All those kind of statements makes people to have a hatred on such person. So you try to avoid it and make your submission straight. Don't attack people whenever people are making their submission. People are here to speak, and the right things that they have spoken, take it and add it to your own knowledge. That is how it is. But if you want to turn it to a war, it's not right. People are listening to us. People are learning from what we are saying here. But talking direct to people, trying to incite people against people, that this person hates this tribe so much, that statement is wrong. You try to avoid it. And I know you are a learned person. So we learn from you from here. So that is the message I want to send to you, Mr. Allen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Nice. You use your 2 minutes to talk to your brother, Alex. Okay, we'll see if he's going to use his own 2 minutes to talk to you as well. So let's move on to Niger. To Niger, please use your 2 minutes now.
Yeah, thank you. I personally, I really hope people have to self-reflect now and again and ask themselves questions: how and why they believe some of the things they do. What evidence have they got for what they believe in? Is it based on what's hearsay and stuff like that? We have to ground ourselves quite often and question what we know, because this thing where some people just make flippant statements like, oh, we are the largest population in there, when there is no evidence backing it up. We talk about, one of the easiest ways to ask yourself is, how many children do you have? How many children does an average northerner have? Because they have multiple wives. You don't ask yourself that, but you just make assertions at a big assertion without any evidence. You know what they say about this in making this in great declarations? You have to have this in a lot of evidence for it too. And what I've said is just basically how people react as if it's not true. They're not. There are a lot of people have been killed in the north every day. We even take it as a given now. When Nigerian army makes progress and kill a lot of northerners, we say, oh yeah, they are dealing with the insurgency. But there are people, it's people that are dying. Let's not make the mistake. It's people that believe in something that are dying. Just like the people in the southeast believe in something, or the Niger Delta people believe, or the Oduduwa people believe in something. There are people that are dying in the north just like that. But when I say that, this in the canon supported some things that had led to death, I've seen it with my own eyes. Am I supposed to pretend as if I didn't see it? Is this the world we want to live in? Where people, when you tell people something, they just say it's not real. How is it not real? It happened. We all know it. We pretend just because we are in support of the person, we pretend as if those realities didn't happen. If the realities happen, make your peace with it and figure out a way out of it.
Thank you, Niger. Thank you. Thank you. Your 2 minutes don't expire 7 years ago.
2 minutes is very strict. Pansat goes on for 10 minutes. It's okay.
No, that was when everybody was contributing, you know. This time, don't worry, I'm not gonna let them go more than 2 minutes. You know, your order expired 7 years ago. Let's move on. Mr. ACBD, now your turn. Now your 2 minutes starts now.
No, thank you so much. But please, I think you might give me just a few, very few, because I think recently I've always been finishing very quick. So, well, the thing is that number one, I think Peter Obi is going to win. And why I say Peter Obi is going to win is because some people don't understand everything we are talking about. It seems we easily don't factor in the external influence. As much as we would like to call ourselves sovereign, independent, and all that, we like all that is true and is good, but there's a huge part of our system that is determined externally, indirectly. So, and that is also one part which I feel like there's a shift. Even if you look at the northern cabal, it's not currently it's not the way it has always been, because there is a faction, or it has been kind of split, whereby there is a group now that is trying to, for the interest of keeping the country one, they are trying to see how they can include, they can break away from the norm of doing things. And that is also, when you see someone like Peter Obi having free access and being invited all over the world, having dinners, he even says it by himself, having dinners with these heads of state from all over the world. What do you think? You think he's just going there to eat dinner and they ask him how is Nigeria and he say fine and he goes home? So that's why I keep telling people that Peter Obi is not a naive politician. People don't want to understand. I keep saying this thing even from the other platform where I was before I concentrated here. I don't know who knows me from there. They will tell me, what are you talking, Peter Obi will fail. But where are we today? It's because I understand these things. There's a way I study this kind of politics and I follow it. And finally, I will just close by saying,
thank you.
Can I close?
Yeah, round up, sir. Round up.
Yeah, thank you. I'll just close by saying this thing. There's this unwritten, like the brother said, it's unwritten. We know all these things, but I'm telling you, it's not going to be, the normal thing that we know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's not going to have, the unwritten is unwritten. It's not going to have any effect on our principle. It's not going to have any effect on any kind of manipulation. You know, as long as whatever you are manipulating is not part of the Constitution, then you'll be taken to court. That's it. You know, thank you very much, CCBD. You said it. Mr. Collins, your 2 minutes start. In fact, your 2 minutes don't start in advance already.
Yeah, Mr. Niger, thank you so much. And just that some people took what I said out of proportion. When I said, when I debunk what people are saying based on what they are saying, that what is happening in the Southeast is going to stop it to be of winning election. That is what I mean, that people shouldn't be saying such a thing, because it's not going to affect what Peter Obi is doing. Because before Peter Obi came in, things have been happening. So it's not going to stop Peter Obi of achieving his dream of winning the election. So I don't like when people use that narrative or push that narrative. It's not going to stop Peter Obi, because when you see what is happening in the Southeast, people are being welcomed Peter Obi. When things happen, ask the people in the ground, people on ground. That is the people that you need to question for, that people things concerns for. Not a politician that's sitting in Abuja don't know what is happening in the Southeast. And another thing again, I said again about Igbo people being better. What I mean better in terms of being unity, as in bringing people together in terms of unity. You understand? Projecting that unity. I don't say maybe in terms of life or financial. No, when I mean unity, presenting that unity. Because when it comes to that unity, I think that we Igbo people project it more than every other people. But in terms of any other thing, I don't want people to give room, Mr. Niger Watch. I don't want people to come here and say that what is happening in the Southeast is going to deprive people of winning election. You know, I don't like it when people try to bring a narrative or push an agenda that will try to, maybe people will say, okay, it's like what is happening in South is going to affect people. I don't want people to start pushing it. And when somebody come here to say it, I don't like it. I always debunk it. I don't like it. Thank you so much.
Sorry, can I say something 15 seconds about that? I didn't say it in the sense that it's going to prevent him. I'm saying it that maybe they are doing it. I said it, but you are misunderstanding it. I said it. What I'm saying.
We don't
Let me just reply with what I want to reply. You always take it to the extreme. What I'm saying is that they are doing those things to remind people. That's what they are doing. This is the person that are doing these things. That's what they are doing.
Somebody will buy that.
Another person.
It's like what they do to black people. They do that to black people.
You are talking now. This one that is talking now, you will start getting angry.
Hold on now. This is the third time I'm saying something. When black people in America want to run for office, you see how they try to remind people of
you are very funny.
And all those things associated with them. No, it's true. This is what they do. They are trying to raise a kind of a specter of Biafra in this thing.
Then we have to call them. I understand what you're saying.
Mr. Nigeria, where you there?
You have to hold Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa to be held accountable. Simon Ekpa.
If not me, no, you don't stop. Alex, stop. But Anes, why you going on?
How many people here admonish Simon Ekpa? How many people here admonish Simon Ekpa?
If you know that they are trying to,
did you condemn Simon Ekpa for what he said last week?
If you know they are trying to raise a Biafra narrative there,
none of you condemn him.
Why don't you call them out on that? Why do you have to now follow them to
Simon Ekpa was targeting Peter Obi. Did you condemn him? Simon Ekpa was basically targeting Peter Obi. Pansat, Simon Ekpa was targeting Peter Obi. Did any of you condemn him?
Thank you.
You didn't condemn him, did you?
Thank you.
Why are they not using that to judge someone like Tinubu?
You see their hypocrisy. You see their hypocrisy.
Platforms are talking about Yoruba Nation on a daily basis on YouTube.
To Nigeria, you've taken somebody else's time now. Record this day or today.
That's okay.
Please stop unmuting yourself. Please stop unmuting yourself. It's okay now. The reason why I left that, we need this sometimes. We need the argument sometimes. Nobody is a baby here. Sometimes it's needed. As long as they are not insulting themselves, we are here to argue to learn. We are here to argue to know what is actually. It's just like we were arguing about Constitution just now. I visit Constitution. I go carry and come here. Say, oh God, come. They talk about you. We're on a mat, right? So argument like this sometimes, yes, there's no problem about it. That's why we are natural here. Thank you, my people. Let's move on. To Mr. Alex, now your turn is busy, so Mr. Collins don't finish. Mr. Alex, you have your 2 minutes. You don't use 1 minute.
No. I go straight. Mr. Tunaja, I have nothing against you. Let me correct Mr. Brother Nice. I said what I said as a result of the cacophony, of the confused noise making that was on. And I've observed, I've observed Mr. Tunaja over time for a month of Sundays or donkey days that he has been like that. Whenever he hears about IPOB or Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know what he has against them. That's why I said it. I can never be afraid of you, Brother Nice or Tunaja. We are friends here. I have nothing against anybody. So you've always attacked one way or the other. You find you have something against that guy in jail. I don't know if he took something from you. That's by the side. Tunaja, I also expected you to be smarter. You said the military are killing the bandit in the north. Which bandit are they killing? Audio killings? Where are the proof? Which bandit are they killing for the past 7 years? I don't understand. Where were they when a train was kidnapped for 4 months and ransom were paid to the tune of 6 billion naira? Where were the military when Deborah was killed? Which bandit are they killing? They said they've arrested the people that bombarded the federal prison in Abuja, Kuje prison. Where are they? What is the proof? Don't you see our soldiers coming online to make videos that they are resigning, that they are being, there's a lot of corruption in the military, that they are being manipulated? These soldiers are not fighting any bandits. It's a lie. They are lying to you. Where are the proofs? Listen. We are seeing the proof of the killer Fulani herdsmen in the south. We are seeing the proof of Nnamdi Kanu in jail. He's there. We are seeing the proof of Deborah's killing. So where are the proof that the military is killing their own people if they are bandits? They are lies. Your federal government are the killers, they are kidnappers, and if they don't conduct a free and fair election, Nigerians are going to run over them next year. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Alex, I will have to support you on that, your statement, some of your statements. You know, the same government are the one that just released 80,000, pardon, rather, sorry. 81,000 Boko Harams.
And they are building houses for them.
No,
now,
can you imagine that?
You know?
You mean from prison?
Can you imagine that?
Boko Haram that they said surrendered.
They surrender 81,000 Boko Haram.
Yes, a good man is in jail for fighting for his people.
Nigerian government built houses for them and said they brought them out of Chinese TV. They want to forgive them, and in fact, they've gave them wife and everything. We
people they want to use for the next elections.
Yes. So what are we talking about?
This stuff happened in Niger Delta. We keep forgetting. We did it in
Nigeria. It won't come with amnesty.
All right. It did not happen in Niger Delta. Did Niger Delta kill anybody? Did Niger Delta kill anybody?
Niger Delta killed people. Oh my God.
They were kidnapping white men to Niger. I'm from Niger Delta.
No, we are the Niger Delta, my brother. We are the Niger Delta. Let's not talk on
Niger. Tell us, are you a Fulani man? Are you federal government? Sorry, I'm put to ask you.
How many villages the Niger Delta?
Okay, everybody.
Niger, are you a Fulani man? Are you federal government?
Since you say it happened in Niger Delta, how many villages? How many villages? Not to talk.
How many women did the military rape? How many women?
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Hold on, Mr. Peter Okunda, you please stay mute. Thank you. To Niger, this is a question to you from me, from Niger Watch. 81,000 Boko Haram, you know, begged for pardon, and Nigerian government gave them shelter, and every day they want to pardon them. What is your take on that?
I think that the reason why they are probably doing it is because they feel that those women are repentant. They call them repentant Boko Haram. Personally, I don't subscribe to that. You know, I subscribe that is able to enforce the law. Everybody should be punished. The reason why everybody commits crime and they just keep getting forgiven is a precedent that we have been setting for ages now. This is not the first time people have sinned against the country and they keep getting away with it. Look at the Niger Delta one. They did it. They do it all the time. Every time anybody does something, they say, even if left for Nigerian government, they will negotiate with Shakao and reach peace deal with him. But they keep refusing. Shakao keep refusing until he's dead.
Okay.
I need 30 seconds to take something.
Hold on, Alex.
Are you aware, President Obasanjo? Okay. Are you aware to Nigeria that Obasanjo raided a whole village, OD, because they killed just 4 soldiers?
Okay, now to Niger, now the bottom line, your answer is you are against that 81,000 Boko Haram pardon.
I'm against it in the context that the Nigerian state is supposed to be able to enforce its laws, but this is not when it started. As you see, and are we saying that? Let me finish my comment before you jump into my mouth. Are we saying that Kanu has repented from his position? No, he hasn't repented from his position. There's a difference there. If Kanu said,
but you just said that the military are killing this Boko Haram, how come we still have 81,000 repenting? But you just said the Nigerian military are killing them since. How come we still have 81,000?
All right, thank you. Two of you stay mute.
They have been killing each other.
To Nigeria, please stay mute. Thank you. You've answered my question. It's unfortunate that 81,000 is not 8,000, it's not 800. 81,000 Boko Haram are people, as we speak, they are inside Nigeria walking around.
Excuse me.
These people have killed and killed and killed. In fact, they killed for a living, but they have been pardoned. So, it's
Elvis, Mr. Elvis.
Are we talking about all men or women, children that we are talking about here?
And my brother, go ask the federal government. 81,000. We saw it on TV.
Who is talking? Somebody trying to say something.
Yeah, I'm trying to get your attention to get permission to. I know it will be my turn soon, but I wanted to use time to just have a couple of minutes dialogue with Two Niger, if that's possible, please.
You have 1 minute for that, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Two Niger, I want to have a dialogue with you. So I'll make my questions very snappy. I would appreciate if you reciprocate and give me a quick answer as well. You are somebody, are you scientifically minded?
I like to think I'm facts-based, yes.
Fact-based, okay. You know that we don't have a census in Nigeria, correct?
Yes.
So
we do have a census, the last census that they provided for, that's a fact.
What year was that?
I think 10 years ago or so.
All right. So the questions I'm going to be asking you will be based on that. You, as somebody who's scientifically minded, you believe that observational data is good enough for you, right? If you observe something,
it has to be supported by evidence too.
Yeah, but it's observational method scientific. If you
anecdotal is not necessarily scientific.
Not anecdotal. I'm talking about observation. If you look at somebody, you could say, okay, this is a man, and you look, oh, this is a woman, even though they change their sex or whatever. But basically, when you look at something, you could
for that single case, yes.
Okay. So now, first of all, let me look at your mathematical acumen then, because I've noticed that you never give any answers that are vector quantity nature, something that has magnitude and direction. You're virtually scalar when you talk. What is the square root percentage-wise of 9/40?
Jesus Christ, why should I answer maths? That has nothing to do with what we are dealing with here.
So you cannot answer that, right?
No, I can't.
Okay, the answer is 22.5%. I can answer that. So I'm not going to take you anthropologically. In Nigeria, a lot of tribes come to Nigeria, okay? You have the Igbos, you have the Hausas, Ijos, Fulanis, Yorubas, right? Are you... All right. Let me just conclude by asking him that. Do you know, first of all, do you know the meaning of anthropology?
I have an idea.
What is it?
Something to do with historical and studies or something like that.
All right. Well, I think you get a pass on that. It's related to the story of humankind, but you have to know what the tribes, the people in Nigeria, why are they there? Where do they come from? And what is their mission? When we're talking, because you made a snide remark when I told you that there are a lot of Igbo.
Okay, Mr. Pansat,
yes.
You and 2 Nigeria have captured this broadcast. It's okay. Thank you.
He's the one that is doing it. All of them are waffling. They saw Simon Ekpa targeting Peter Obi last Sunday, and none of them come out to condemn
and they are
him.
not talking about Simon Ekpa.
Are you going to condemn him now?
So no, we're not talking about
condemn all crime. Don't select crime. Condemn all crime to Nigeria.
Condemning all crime. I'm condemning all of them. Left for me, I'm not going to tolerate any of them.
Okay, I give you 2 minutes more
of fight. Condemn the killing of Deborah. Blame the federal government for the useless insecurity. Condemn the borrowing of money without accountability. Condemn the loans. Condemn the poverty in the land. Condemn the massive killings, massacre at Lekki Tollgate. Condemn the Kanu detention after the court discharged him. Condemn it.
300 girls were kidnapped.
Yeah, Chibok girls. Condemn that. And before person want to be a vice president,
condemn all of them.
Condemn it. So don't just condemn only the IPOB or the eastern or the southern area. Condemn what your federal government, the senator, call their name. Buhari, call their name. Osinbajo, call their names. It's not only call their names. Call the wicked men's name. How they are borrowing money with your children's name, unaccounted for. Snakes and monkeys are swallowing money. Condemn it.
Thank you, my people. Thank you.
Condemn it.
Let's move on. Thank you.
Condemn it. Condemn it. Be general in your condemnation. I'm not against you.
Don't see how they are all waffling now. None of them have openly condemned somebody that is targeting their so-called principle.
Okay. All right.
I don't have that evidence.
The next person now is Shibuzo Adi. Maybe he will condemn him. Okay, let's hear from him. Talk to us.
Me, I know they condemn anybody. I know they condemn anybody. Everybody have their opinion. But let me tell you, Mr. Namaja, what? That's a very good session there. You know, sometimes I love the way you handle the matter, and you said that that's why we are here, and we need to argue and agree and disagree.
Thank you,
but let me say something here. Nigerians never been divided as much as we see it today. And thank Buhari for making Nigerians divide the way they are today. And the good thing with the Nigerians, they are so smart, they now understand that this man has driven us to the ocean. So it's very good time we unite and push him to the ocean and return back to the shore. So, and the very good thing Nigeria has been, today Nigeria has been united, never before. So this is a natural phenomenon that is happening right now in Nigeria today, which is a very good sign that we are going to have our country back. So Nigerian government is the so-called, what they call them, so-called corporate syndicates of crime happening in Nigeria. Because whatever that engineer Boko Haram is caused by the federal government. What caused Niger Delta to start rebellion caused by the Nigerian government? Because people are not finding things very easy. So they have to divide to any means to make sure that they find their level and the government can hear their voice. And truly, government have hearing their voice and using our money to purchase arms to kill those people who are crying for food, to kill those people who are crying for good governance. We thank Nigerian government to kill us because they have exhausted all their means of government. They got no option remaining rather than to kill those who are agitating. Just like my brother said, Deborah was killed in the north. Nobody condemned that. Atuku, who managed to tweet, because of small whistle, he ran away. He couldn't mention it anymore. So Nnamdi Kanu was released from the judicial system of so-called criminal gangs. And they deny him that opportunity to be free.
Your 2 minutes is up.
So, but we are united today. It's very good we argue, we misunderstand each other, but let me tell you, those who have Nigeria in mind, who want Nigeria to succeed, must not vote Atiku. That one I will guarantee you. Must not vote anybody from the north. They must root for Tito B. Tito B is the only man that can dismantle all their roadblocks. Only Tito B. Tinubu cannot do that because Tinubu will only answer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Which you have seen the example today.
Thank you.
And they will tell him what to do. So only P2B can go there and tell them that enough is enough.
Off your mind.
Those who merit to be a leader, or those who merit to stand to remain in the office of administration, those are the ones to be governed. But without us uniting the way we are uniting today,
it's not listening.
and
Mr. Shibuzo Adi, thank you.
For good governance.
Why are you laughing? They cannot be here.
Thank you.
Local government elections. They can president, but now
He's making good points.
Can win the presidential race, and that is why they use their language through their body shaking.
You are not hearing
the way
me.
they
I have to
behave.
mute you now.
You can see that a lot have been changing in the Nigerian political landscape.
I know.
So we mustn't shake.
You round
We
up
have
now,
to make a noise.
Like you round up, sir.
But in their heart, it's beating so fast that they know that the ground has been sliding.
They
don't
take
have
the go
any
where we don't
grip
know.
anymore.
So.
Things are going the way they don't like it.
Now 10
And
minutes you
those
don't take
about,
the talk. So
I believe that
thank you.
next year, after the election, go to the borders of Nigeria, go to the airport of Nigeria. I don't want to mention, but
thank
you
you
will
now.
judge for yourself.
Thank you. I have to mute you. I have to mute you right there. Thank you. All right. My people, I appreciate every one of you for your time. In fact, you know, this is the reason why I have to take the broadcast from Ima, because Ima won't have been able to handle all this Mosome, because they want to take the one you set this place on fire just now. Eh? All right, Mr. Chibuzo, you don't talk finish now. Mr. Chibuzo.
Yeah, okay.
You are done now, right? Thank you. Okay. Okay, we need to move on. One thing you guys don't understand. Some people, I was also talking to somebody the other day saying that if Peter Obi become a president, he will be too calm, he will be too this, he will be too that. Listen, since I was born, all these governments, to the best of my knowledge, they don't put people in prison. They only take people they are against to prison. If they have hatred for you, if they become a president or a governor, they'll make life difficult for you. But constitutionally, they don't work like that. So for me, in case you don't know, Peter Obi is quiet. He's always saying, "Oh, Atiku is my elder brother. The other one is my junior brother. The other one is my elder uncle. The other one is the uncle senior to my uncle brother." Listen, guys, you guys must understand. Just pray for Peter Obi to become a president. Now, don't go see Peter Obi true color. Peter Obi is for the people, but it's not for these cabals. Let him become a president first. Just wait. Remember, war hindered Sowore tomorrow. And probably it might be forever if he did not change his way from becoming a president in Nigeria, is because Sowore have already told all these cabals what he will do to them. Someone like Alex now, if you want to become a president tomorrow, it will be difficult for him. You know why? People who say it how it is, people don't vote for them. Someone like me today, if I want to become a president today, because we say it how it is, it will be difficult. Even though the people are saying this is who we want, the cabas will press the button. Say lie, because this person, if he become a president today, all of us, we are finished. So Peter Obi is playing the music they want to hear. Mokuna let am win first. Una go know what I did. Una go remember me. Say Nigeria was talk this thing. From the very day our principal will be sworn in. Una see what Adeleke they do so. That one a small thing from Peter Obi. Thank you very much. Mr. Peter Okundaye, talk to us, sir. 2 minutes.
Thank you. God bless everyone. Hallelujah. Our brother to Nigeria. Before you say things happen in Niger Delta, you will put things in perspective. Remember Sariwiwa, what makes Sariwiwa to die is just because let my people have a better life. And Abacha leech havoc on him and destroy the land. If animal destroy your farm, will you leave that animal to exist? You will want to kill that animal. That is why the Niger Delta take revenge on it, that you are the one destroying our food, destroying our property. We will not allow you to continue before they came to beg. If we are really running the government the way it's supposed to be, if we have a really country called Nigeria, Niger Delta is supposed to be controlling their food. Not a man from Abuja or a man from Niger will not come and be telling Niger Delta what to eat from their own food. A man have pots, you cannot eat from the food he cook. It's very bad. So we should know all those things. But what I want to advise is that people should go and get their PVC, because ANEC is making it difficult for people. Now, why must you say it will come out on the 16th and finish on the 18th, and then we come out on the 19th and finish on the 30th? Please, let everyone, even if it is 1 week, they give us, please, let everyone to go and queue to have their PVC so that they will be able to vote Peter Obi, because the way ANEC are doing it now, they don't want people to collect their PVC, no, able to vote Peter Obi. Please, that is what I will beg everyone. Because if not, to say I hate Igbo or Igbo hate this one, everybody hate themselves in the country. Everybody are killing themselves in the country. It's not only the southeast or the south or the southwest or the north or whatever. Killing is all over the country. But what I will beg, the federal government is the one killing everybody. That's what I will say. Thank you, because I don't want to take other people's chance.
Thank you so much. Just like the fire that engulfed in one of a very popular market in Edo State, Benin City, 3 days ago, the governor and his fake people came as blaming the past government. You just imagine what we are seeing from these people all the time. You know, Governor Obaseki and his people just came out from nowhere saying APC is the one doing this to us. Is the one. What are we saying? Throughout the fire, there was no single what is it called? Fire brigade there. The whole market don't burn finish before they say one fire brigade can come to even start and make water come out. They say water not there. So you are blaming the past government. This is the reason why I'm saying that all of them are satanic. Until I find the one we're not this satanic, then I'll change my tune. Let's move on. Mr. Pansard, you don't talk since now in your 2 minutes. Please stick with your 2 minutes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. And we're all brothers here and we're talking. By the way, somebody mentioned Ken Sarawiwa. You know, the thing with us Igbos, you know, once I say I'm Igbo, everybody, the antennas come get up like that. But I tell you, somebody like Ken Sarawiwa reminds me of to Niger. We're trying to make Nigeria good, right? But you keep talking about the Fulani this, Fulani. Like I said earlier, Igbos have no problem with the Fulanese as far as tribe to tribe. So the deal was made by Juku so that we can all have southern Nigeria. He stuck out like a thumb, like you, to Niger, to his people, the Fulanese. What happened? He was murdered with 4 others. After that, his people killed him. So do we come out and say, hey, we told you so? No, we don't. Somebody like the governor of Plateau, do we come out and say, hey, the Fulanis are taking your lands and killing you? We told you so? No. Or the Yorubas or every other major ethnic or minor ethnic group here. We don't do that, right? Because we're magnanimous. We're big. Get used to it. We're big. I talk about it all the time because you don't want to be mathematical. That's why I quoted that mathematics for you earlier. But let me say, this is not the time for that. We want to unite this forum. That's why I feel good here, because this is an Edo platform and I could talk. It's not my platform. You're not going to hate Niger Watch because of me, because it's not my platform. But if you want to hear the truth, I'll tell you the truth. So let's go. And P2B is not an Igbo project. I don't care if we all decide we don't want elect P2B, then we all suffering. That's all it is. If you elect P2B, Nigeria is going to be different. The houses are going to be different. They have a lot of resources there. Nigeria is going to be something that all of us are going to be proud of. It's a Nigerian thing. If it doesn't work, fine. But we're going to give it our best shot. To Niger, talk about your tribe. When you come on this platform, talk about you. How many people are in your tribe? You probably don't have up to 5,000 people in your tribe.
The question is, are you going to condemn Ekpa that is targeting? He's saying there's not going to be an election in the southeast. Are you going to condemn him?
To Niger from in the first place.
This is my time. Please, this is my
It's a
time.
very simple thing.
We are not minority. Bros, for you to just say that, let me put it before you. Benin are not minority. It is because of the unity the Benin lack that make others look themselves majority than the Benin. Benin are not minority.
Let's not only go
hold on,
Benin
please,
matter. I don't think he was
Mr.
referring
Niger,
to
please. I mean,
He was not
Mr. Niger,
referring to Benin,
let me
please.
have my time,
Okay.
please.
All right. All right.
People,
Please
I'm not done.
let him finish, please.
Yeah.
Let him
Let me.
finish.
There's a trick that people who
He's
are
not condemning Ekpa.
Hold on. When Ekpa called in, you were there. You heard me talk to Ekpa, right? You heard me talk to Ekpa. But let me finish before I say what I said to him. You heard me talk to Ekpa. You were there. So you can. I'm not one of those you're gonna say this. I was there. I called in and I spoke to Ekpa and you. But like I said, look, Niger Delta is not a tribe. If you have 1,000 people in Niger Delta, maybe 200 are Igbos. You have to speak for your tribe, not Niger Delta, not Beninese. So, but I'm every time I raise the issue of the Igbos, you start talking about. I normally wouldn't raise it unless you do. The Igbos is not your mate. We're a big major tribe. In Igbo land itself, you have clans that are fighting one another. You have the Onisha people. First of all, my village is probably bigger than your tribe. To Niger.
You see how he's
Don't be saying that.
and
This is what
these are the same people that want to run the country. Look at how he's deliberately. Niger Watch, are you seeing them now? Are you seeing these hypocrites? Are you seeing the hypocrites, Niger
Go to Ezekiel. Let me tell you now, where you find Benin in Igbos, I'm going to mention to you. Go to Enugu, you go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel are Benin. Go to Abia. The Bendians are Benin. Go to
No, it's not Igbo. It's not Igbo versus Benin that we are doing.
It should not be saying tribe. It should not be saying tribe. Let me just start to
Nigeria. Pastor is Igbo versus to Nigeria now.
Mr. Pastor, you are diverting, please.
I am diverting.
Pastor, you put fire everywhere now. Mr. Pastor, take your fire back, please.
Mr. Pastor, your 2 minutes over. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God. All right.
No, it's finished. You don't finish this. If you don't use and finish in advance. Pharaoh.
Who is Pharaoh? Are we in Egypt?
Is it Pharaoh or Pharaoh? His name is Pharaoh the Great.
Mr. Naija Watch, I'm here. You don't call me anymore.
And make una no assume say Naija come from Benin. So Naija have to tell us where he's from exactly before
No,
we...
please, hold on, Mr. CBD, hold on. Okay, Mr. Pharaoh is not there. Okay, let's go. Brother Nice, talk to us. I think you don't go as so.
But Brother Nice has talked since now.
He don't.
I'm here. I never talk.
2 minutes, they talk, Brother Nice. Now you take talk to Alice.
But you don't go around again now. You don't go around
no,
again.
We don't
go.
No. Now we still there. Everybody don't talk finish now.
Okay, no problem.
Now, you never finish, you remain one person after me.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay,
now.
Brother Nice,
No
use 30 seconds to talk with you if you want to talk.
Yeah, I will use these 30 seconds to address Mr. Pansa. Mr. Pansa, there are some words you don't need to use. You understand? Try to avoid some things, not to cause some conflict on this platform, please.
Okay.
All those when you are talking that your tribe is bigger than other tribes, please avoid those things, Mr. Pansa.
Supported Mr. Nice.
Okay.
Exactly.
All
exactly.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
Mr. Pansa, please. We don't need that here.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I'll do that, my brother, Mr. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, to be honest, our tribes or where we came from, when it comes to this platform, we all are one family. So, you know, concerning where you come from, you are my brother, you're my sister. That's what we're doing here. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for your contributions. We are going to be back again today. Remember, England is playing with France today. So I'm contemplating maybe I might come out before 7 or after then. We might do a late broadcast today. So I'm not too sure. Since we don't do enough for 3 hours something. So, but certainly, fingers crossed, we're going to be out this evening. So look out to us. If you are already subscribed to Naija Watch and you hit the notification bell, whenever we press the button to go live, obviously you're going to see that on your phone that we are live. Then you join us and let's talk about the things that's affecting us. But for today, remember, it's Saturday, is a random broadcast. So I'm going to be out, but I'm not sure of the time that I will be out. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time today. Listen, on this platform, we don't hate anybody. We give time for everybody to talk. We argue, we oppose, we disagree, but it doesn't mean we hate anybody. You know, so to Naija, you are one of us. A lot of people disagree with you all the time. It doesn't mean anybody hates you here. Mr. Pansat, you're one of us. People disagree with you. It doesn't mean anybody hates you here. Brother Nice, the same thing. CBD, Collins, Alex, Chibuzo, Peter Okondaye, you know, Pharaoh, anybody that comes here, we even me myself, I will disagree with you. But one thing we must understand is that we should always argue to learn, not to win. And God bless you now. Take care, my people, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.
Solomon Odija, Koni, Asana Letie, Engineer Brighton, Solomon Odija, Shana Kurovi Tiba Megane Baba, Koni Lavare no more, Honorable Solomon Odija, Badi Redori, Chairman of Latin Megane Baba, Bobby Brown, Yaro Yo, Koni Akama Megane Valley, and a dinner no gear, and a Tiba was 1 billion.